MCU Collective, me, Rashad, your boy Antonio, at Tony Franchise, at Hanging with the Joneses, on all the things. Just joined a social network called Hive. I'm not sure how it's gonna work out, but we joined. And if you up there, come follow us. We do stuff
Cool.
there too. Anyway, we talked about Wakanda Forever, gave an extensive spoiler review, also talked about some questions that we hope that are eventually answered.
Mm-hmm.
This video,
It's a little somber.
we got to talk about some of the stuff that really didn't work for us. It's not a whole lot, just a couple of them, couple of pick here, nitpick there. But
Yeah.
yeah, of course, we love the movie overall. So if you think this is just like the negative channel, that's not. We don't watch stuff
No,
we
no, no,
don't
no, no.
like. But we do got some questions, you know what I'm saying, about some things that was like, I don't really know how that
And
works.
we're also going to talk about a controversy that Rashad brought to my attention a couple of days ago. I didn't know until I saw some stuff on it the other night. So
Yeah, we're
we'll
gonna
talk
say
about
that for last.
it. Yeah,
So all
tell it for
right,
that.
so we're gonna go about I'm gonna talk about what didn't work for me.
All right.
Someone's gonna talk about what didn't work for him, and then we're gonna talk about the
Controversy.
thing. All
Mm-hmm.
right, so the thing that really didn't work for me, or I
Mm-hmm.
wish they would have clarified, that's be really a better way to say it. I wish it
Uh,
would have clarified better was the power set of the Talocons. Because you got Namor, who was like, Akuku Khan out here.
Akukukan. He was the guy,
he's
the serpent god.
the serpent feather god. Like he's definitely played it like he was their god.
Yeah.
Then you have like Atuma and Namora, who
Uh
are
huh.
like just a little bit lower than them.
Yeah.
Then you have the
The
people
pawns.
fighting.
The
You know,
pawns.
I guess,
Yeah.
but I can't even call them pawns because they was regenerating. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
So,
That's right.
so
I
I'm
don't mean to cut
like,
you up. That really, you saw Koye straight up like spear like three of them, and I ain't talking about just a little with just the tip. I'm talking about when he just. Oh God! I just realized what I said. Uh, I just realized what I said. God, I just realized what I said.
focus, focus, like.
I just realized what I said, and yes,
I'm sorry, man.
we're childish. We childish here. So anyway, I'm going with it. Whatever. She ain't just spearing with the tip. She just straight, yeah. She
Yeah, yeah,
put the whole,
yeah,
says, and they laid there, and the next thing you know, you see them get up and just like, yeah, scurry on off. I'm like,
yeah. So,
what?
so them, and then you have like the people of Talokan themselves, okay?
Yeah,
And also, do you have like the sirens? You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
they got their own little special thing going on. There's a lot of power sets and subsections to that society,
And
and
in
then you
my
got like
opinion, they were the most dangerous.
by far, and then
By the way,
by far the most
yeah.
dangerous because they were like the if you want to call somebody pawns, like they would be the pawns because they just out there to try to lure everybody out,
Mm-hmm.
and they got them, and they was killing a lot of people just by just by singing.
Singing, yeah.
So,
Not singing,
so
but singing.
yeah, they sang their hearts out too. Um, Good, they killing them out there, girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
So literally. So them, and then you have like just the regular people in
Mm-hmm.
Tabakan, and they were just, look like, we just swimming, and
Mm-hmm.
all that good stuff. So
Yeah.
I really wish we could have like a better, and then I noticed it was a lot to put in the movie,
Yeah.
but that was like the thing that I think I came away with the most questions about how does that work? Not even how does it work, but why does it work? Or who gets to get what? Like somebody asked that in my comments, and I was like, I really wonder like how much of the herb that y'all giving to y'all people to let them be able to regenerate. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right, right, right. And do they still take the herb? Is the herb still growing down there? Because we only saw that one herb from what 15 whatever year was that, saying
1571 or something. I
yeah,
don't know.
1571 or
Whenever
whatnot.
them colonizers came to South America.
Okay. One issue that I had was this. I know that in the beginning, Sir Shuri was trying to recreate the heart-shaped herb, you know what I'm saying, to try to heal, T'Challa. But I'm like, he still has his Black Panther power, so he already has the last heart-shaped herb, you know what I'm saying, concoction in him, even though he did get snapped by Thanos. He came back, full power or whatever. So I'm trying to like, I understand he's dying, in how it's structured for the movie. But I was like, what are we about to double dose him up with the heart? Like
he about to get his booster.
About to get his booster heart shaped herb shot or whatever. Like I was really confused. I was really confused about that because I was sitting there like, don't he already got the heart shaped herb like in his system? So that was one thing that kind of like,
that I hadn't even thought about that. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Right.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Right. So yeah. So dealing with that, and then too when they're trying to resynthesize and make make a make a Sam's Choice version of the heart shaped herb.
Somebody called that John the GMO
the GMO, right?
Monsanto version.
Right. Instead of Sunkiss, that was like, saying orange drink, you know what I mean, or whatever, of the heart shaped herb. So, also, me being kind of like a person that's into science and stuff, I know, they were trying to take it from some of the burnt leaves, get genetic coding, but that's kind of hard because, when you burn something, that completely changes the genetics or the, the physiology, of that item. It turns to ash. So
definitely the disposition changes.
Yeah. So my main thing was like the whole heart shaped herb little. That was one of my main problems there. Not problems, but thing. I was like, he already has the heart shaped herb. Why are you trying to give him, double up on him? But yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. Like I said, I hadn't even thought that was really that was a good takeaway because I hadn't even thought about it. Yeah, because other than that, man, most of the other stuff worked for me. I know some people had some problems with some. I'm gonna say another thing that didn't work for me. It has nothing to do with the actual movie. It has to do with people and how people watch movies. So, if y'all follow us on or follow, I'm sorry, if y'all follow Hanging with the Joneses on TikTok, don't do that, yo. The one we posted about Okoye taking a major L when she was on the bridge. Like that joint just hit like it's like over 120K views. So thank you for watching.
Yes, we appreciate you.
Thanks for commenting too.
Yeah.
And secondly, people are really trying to say like, yo, like I ain't like how y'all said she took an L. I'm like, well, what happened?
What the hell do you call it?
Like she, of course, and another thing, people are trying to like create this narrative of like, oh, she's a warrior or she gets the W for trying. I'm like, I told somebody, I was like, yo, so I think you probably believe in participation trophies too.
Yo,
right?
I was about
like,
to yo, let me say
like she took a major L.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing that people don't understand is Atuma was toying with her. And like you said on a spoiler review, took her spear, kicked it back to her, made her get up, then made her run into his spear. You know what I'm saying? His axe, really. You know what I'm saying? So, but she put her shoulder back in.
And he was going to kill her with her own weapon and say, you are not worth my, saying, be it death by my weapon. You know how disrespectful that is, man?
Yeah, that's like being on the street and like you get John Wick gunk food and you get shot with with your own gun.
Shot with your own gun. And here's the thing. No, listen, there is no disrespect to Okoye one bit. We love the Elijah and
Okoye. Love Okoye.
But yo, she got her ass kicked. Call it what it is.
And it was bad. You know
what I'm saying? It was bad. I mean, she was trying her best to stick with him and stuff like that. Come on, folks. We saw in the daggone movie when they washed Wakanda again, Atuma was like, warrior! And he saw Okoye. Okoye said, not today. And she left because she already knew what time it was.
She said, man, Let me save my people.
I know she was like, beam me. She was like, beam me up, Scotty. I was like, are we watching Star Trek now? What? And she got up out of there. She got up out of there quick, and it was just.
Let's go.
And granted, yes, we know that the telecom they have their own power and stuff like that. And she's just a regular warrior. Yes, she hung with him, but she still lost. She took a L. If y'all want to say that, then I guess y'all want to say that that Chadwick Boseman when he was T'Challa didn't get his ass beat by Killmonger when the power of the Black Panther has been stripped away.
Stripped away.
Right, stripped away. Killmonger beat his ass, man. You know what I'm saying?
And threw him off of Warrior Falls.
Yeah, threw him off of Warrior Falls. It's just a technicality that he was able to still live with the stuff like that, plot armor. But that's besides the point. Yeah.
I'm still alive, like, bro.
I am still here.
Like,
dude, all right, you got that heart state herb, but we know what happened when you got stripped of the power of the heart state herb.
And another other thing, it's like, oh, like she's a better fighter. Like, yo, she still lost. Like the thing is, don't give me all these variables to this constant. The constant in this equation is this L. You know what I'm saying? And I just found it really funny. And somebody actually finally figured out what I was doing, and they just put troll and put a laugh, and I laughed underneath it because after a while, this is just for engagement, and I'm having fun. Some people figured it out, but some people was like really like, I feel like in their heart of hearts was like really upset.
Yeah, they probably were, but hey, you know what? 2 tears in the bucket.
Wow. Woo, all right. Anything else you had a problem with before we go to controversy?
All right. This is part of the controversy for me.
Okay.
Problem with. Don't hate me, people. We pretty much knew Shuri was going to become the Black Panther.
Sure.
I wanted her to get it, but someone else come along and take it from her as well to be the Black Panther. Wasn't a big fan of Shuri becoming the almighty savior. Like, I get it. I wanted Eric Killmonger to come back in a redemption story to become the new king of, not the king, the king or the protector of Wakanda. Because it would have, to me, been a great redemption story. And it could have played off of how the first movie ended. Bury me in the ocean, because so they could have done a burial at sea for him, and the Talakans find, this body, and they're able to revive him, and he lives down there with them, and he kind of, is teaming with Namor at first, trying to, get his revenge and plot, but somewhere along the line, he realized, this dude wilding harder than I was, and he comes back, and he realizes, like maybe Shuri, it does get the power of the Black Panther, but she's like getting her tail kicked. You know what I'm saying? She's fighting, get her tail kicked, because I guess the one thing I had is we never saw any warrior prowess from Shuri, like hand-to-hand combat wise.
Yeah, that's the only part I'm like, I understand what y'all doing, but like, you not really out here with your hands.
Yeah, like you got the little sonic gun things, everything, but we have never seen anything with her as far as hand-to-hand combat wise, you know what I'm saying, in martial arts style. She might then, but we've never seen that. So I would have loved for it to be kind of like a redemption story for Ndajaka. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's actually pretty interesting.
You know what I'm saying? And he be, you know what I'm saying? And he become the new, the new Black Panther, and build off that, and also still have it where Nakia has her, has little T'Challa, because there are stories in the book where T'Challa's uncle took over from his dad before T'Challa became the Black Panther. And so it could be like Killmonger is that uncle cousin to, be the Black Panther until T'Challa becomes of age to take that throne from him. That's kind of one thing I wish would have happened. Not necessarily a problem, but one thing, like I said, I think that Shuri never really showed any warrior prowess that we've seen
Yeah.
before for her to come out there and just start whipping everybody's tail like that. So yeah.
And I really think that I really think like the next whenever they make Black Panther 3,
Mm-hmm.
that sure is gonna relinquish that. You know what I'm saying? And give it to somebody else. So even if
Mm-hmm.
they end up giving it to like, little T'Challa or whatever, like I really feel like there's gonna be what I really want Black Panther 3 to be?
The Great Gorilla.
Nah. Like that they should have did that in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been my pick. But anyway,
Okay.
because
Mm-hmm.
they already said pressing because they was gonna give it to him at the end of the first Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like for this to be Black Panther 3 to be very much like a Black people Game of Thrones, where we have many people vying for the throne, and then it's a lot of political machinations, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
backbiting, a lot of talking, a lot of. Then we can see like the other tribes like really play a more major role in it because
Yeah.
you got to get people support, and
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying, like I'm house this, I'm house that, like I'm with them, they but us, so it can be kind of divided, and then the true king comes to unite all the tribes again. Like that, I think that would be
Okay.
like a really,
Yeah.
really dope. Because then it could be its own self-contained story. You got to worry about
Mm-hmm.
add nobody, and there will be no reason. Because people was like, oh, and people was really upset. Talking about people being upset about stuff. Like people was really upset that like there wasn't no like Avengers or anything in it at the funeral. Or I'm like, dog, this ain't got nothing to do with them. They ain't
No.
even like they probably didn't tell him that they died until after the fact. So like, why is y'all mad about
And
that?
then on top of that, like they really didn't know T'Challa like that. Only a few of them did. But I mean, I get you can be upset about it, but
What y'all want Bucky to be there? Like what? Like
right, like yeah,
who? Captain America
who's
maybe?
gonna be
What?
there? Bucky, maybe what? War Machine? That's Cap. Cap probably
Cap,
in a wheelchair right now. We don't know. We don't say
Cap is on the moon. You know what I'm
he on the
saying?
moon right now. So yeah, man. I mean, but eh,
Let's get to the
we'll see.
controversy.
All right, let's go. Go ahead, Rashad, because you're the one that notified me of this,
All
and I
right.
was confused. I was like, "What?" So go ahead, bro.
All right. So, and this kind of stems back from the recast T'Challa. So there's been a movement. There was a movement rather because that's dead in the water now.
Mm-hmm.
To after Chad, R.I.P. Chad Boseman, of course.
Mm-hmm.
After he passed away, to recast T'Challa, and there's a multiplicity of reasons because and a lot of them stem from a very like noble sort of place, but then this other crowd kind of leeches onto that, which gives us the controversy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like this whole notion that there was this emasculation of black men in the movie because
Mm-hmm.
everything was very female centric.
And for y'all that don't know about this, I just want to make something clear. This ain't just coming from men. This is coming from women, black women on top of that. Like, there's this one young lady who made a video on TikTok, I believe, and that thing went like 100,000 like viral in one day. And I guess they thought it was like hate talk or something or women bashing, and they took it down. And she is basically back up now. I can't think of the young lady's name or whatever, but yeah, she was just saying like, say Wakanda ever kind of pissed her off. She was like, it should have been where the men at, where the men at. She says because all the men she felt were getting you like basically, especially all the Wakandan men were basically shown as weak in the movie, and she felt that this was kind of like a PC woke type thing. So I just want to just know this, and she wasn't the only young lady that said this. There's been plenty of young ladies, and of course you got men saying it. I've even seen videos where Latino people were mad about it. I was like, what? I'm like, if anything, y'all was winning. Y'all was winning. Like this Latino dude, like went off like this is some beta man crap. Blah 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 blah. Fathers, don't take your sons to go see this. And blah, 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 no way a 120-pound woman can be. I'm like, okay, I know I said that, but I said it in a way of, that they were acting like Wakanda's a real country. Shuri really did wash watch Khan in real life or something like it. We just saw it in the news. Like you heard the hate and anger in these people's voices about this, So what's your take, Rashad? I'm just curious about it.
As a black man
Mm-hmm.
married to a black woman
Mm-hmm.
with three black kids,
Three beautiful black children.
whom are all, girls.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand this notion of emasculating and it really kind of delves into a more deeper issue within our own community. And that is any sort of quote unquote erasure of the black male, it seems like a threat to all black people.
Mm-hmm.
And especially like in America, because
Yeah.
we like what 13% of the population now. So
Mm-hmm. We growing,
there
baby.
and we have a very major and vital role in the structure of what is America.
Yeah.
There is no
Thir-
America. There
we're
is
thir-
no yeah.
we're
Hold on.
13% of the population and like 90% of the culture.
If there is no America without black people, and because at every step of the way they do try to take us out of the picture
Mm-hmm.
and replace us with some other nonsense. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like I understand kind of the plight of people in regards to this. However, you wouldn't have no black man without no black woman. That's kind of how reproductive works. So
Mm-hmm.
the race of the black man in this movie doesn't make sense. One, because if Chadwick Boseman was still alive, this would have been a totally different movie.
Yes.
And it still would have had the same feel and thematically, but
Mm-hmm.
we wouldn't have the issue of having to find another Black Panther, try to make it make sense story wise. And
Mm-hmm.
also, the people who wrote this movie are two black men.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do you think they would not want to see themselves in the movie? And thirdly,
Mm-hmm.
most importantly, what's the problem with what is, I'm sorry, what is your problem with women, and why are you trying to externally express your internalized issues?
There were people that were actually calling Ryan Coogler like a coon.
Oh, that's crazy.
They were calling him a coon, and they were saying that he's being Disney's puppet and stuff like that. People like, I've lost respect for him. But listen, man. Okay,
So like I don't
it's beyond ridiculous. It is like if black there are powerful black women, you know what I'm saying, and this because somebody tried to say, oh, this was nothing but Women King Part 2. I said, yo, stop it, yo, for real. Like let's stop it. Look, we already know that women play a vital role in Wakanda. I mean, the King's Guard are the Dora Milaje, which stands for the adored ones,
not even that, but like where y'all think that the Dormology got the idea from for them to be a thing?
Right. And on the Okoye was already the general of the army. They made that known in the first one. Even when after they thought that T'Challa had died, and Nakia went to tell her, "Hey, like, hey, let's go, whatever." And she said, "I can't. I'm loyal to the throne." And you was
Mm-hmm.
like, and she was like, "You're the greatest. You're the greatest warrior and the general of Wakanda. They will listen to you. There is nothing wrong with it." Okay, cool. Maybe my whole thing is this: you should have just said you would have rather had uh, a guy become the Black Panther instead of Shuri. I would have. I
just
would have been
keep it simple, yo.
keep it simple. That's all you had to say. We didn't go into the whole. Oh, you are emasculating black men, and this. You had a major black man in the movie as in Winston Duke as M'Baku, who basically was like, "Hey, your brother told me to advise and look and be your protector." Like, what are we doing here? Like,
He was the anchor. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So usually, just okay, because I see why people are mad
Mm-hmm.
because the roles are reversed. Usually, it's the black woman who has to play the background and anchor everybody and make sure
Mm-hmm.
everybody stays in their place and stays straight and is good. Now,
Mm-hmm.
because M'Baku has to play that more
Mm-hmm.
of a caring
Right.
role. And what it really boils down to is a lot of toxic masculinity. And I hate using that term,
Hate
but
it too.
but
Yeah.
that's really what this is, because
Yeah.
y'all wanted to see a man just, really getting revenge and doing all the stuff that Shuri was doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you need to understand and see, we have to also show there's more than one type of black man.
Yeah.
And Mbaku showed another version of a person
Yeah.
who was, man, listen, okay, story wise, but I mean, Tony, story wise, Mbaku's arc comes from haughty, disrespectful, you know what I'm saying, doesn't care, does
Mm-hmm.
not want to stray too far from his tradition, you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, to being humiliated, you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, to helping,
Mm-hmm.
to this movie gaining the respect of the person that he helped,
Mm-hmm.
because he asked to make sure he's there for sure. So,
Mm-hmm.
which means that he was the one of the few people who knew that he was going to die. You know what I'm saying? So he had
Mm-hmm.
to prepare him for this. This wasn't some sort of like off, even though it's off screen. It wasn't like some sort of, hey man, look up for my sis, yo. Nah, he had to
Yeah.
tell him what's going on,
Yeah.
to then actually being there for the entirety of Wakanda, because he said,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, come onto the mountains with us, you know what I'm saying? And we
Right.
can look out. And then advising Shuri, because he said, look, I don't think your people will want it this way. And
Right.
even though she didn't listen, he still went along with it,
Mm-hmm.
because he had no choice, because she's the authority. So I think that because he was, because the men are supposed, I guess, in a subservient role, they got upset, but he still was a man in the
I
movie.
get I got you. It's like my grandmother used to say. My grandmother's a black woman. I know I'm light skinned, but both her parents are black and grandmother's black too. When she used to say, a man is the head of the house, but the woman is the neck, and she can turn the head whichever direction she wants. And I just think they probably had a problem with that role kind of being reversed just a little
Uh-huh.
bit. But the thing is, it really wasn't even a real reversal of the role. Mbaku wasn't a king, but he was telling her, like, basically telling her, your mother wouldn't want this, and I know your brother wouldn't, saying your brother wouldn't want this, because Shuri always talked about her brother as far as teaching her this and that. When she was even having a conversation with Riri Williams, and she was like, yo, who taught you? And she was like,
My
oh, my dad. And then
brother.
she was like, who taught you about this? Like, my brother. You know what I'm saying? So
Uh-huh.
that masculine black male was still there. It was still there, but get over it, bro. Like, like
it's
people need to get over it
it's
or whatever.
crazy,
And I
man.
know some people are like, well, didn't you just say that you didn't like sure? No, what I'm saying is, if you remember what I said too, I said I was cool with Shuri becoming Black Panther, but I also wanted a redemption arc with Eric Killmonger where he could possibly become the new protector of Wakanda while she still was the queen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like T'Challa was the Black Panther
But
while
his
his
dad was
father
king.
was still the king. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying on my half on it. But these other people out here like really jumping out the window with,
Yo, it's like,
oh my,
yo, like
you know what
just
I'm saying?
being super hot take McGee, like Tony
Yeah.
Baker would say. But yeah, like it's like I don't like, I can go down a rabbit hole sometimes, but
Mm-hmm.
like I don't even understand like how your mind would say, oh my God, look at this movie, black emasculation. Like what? Like
Yeah.
nah, like and the thing that really pisses me off the most, and we can wrap it up after this,
Yeah.
is the fact that y'all not taking into account that an actual person died, that they were already in production, not development,
Mm-hmm.
not pre-production, in
Yeah.
production
Yeah.
of a major
This movie was supposed to come out
motion
like 2 years
picture.
ago.
Tony, major motion picture in
Yeah.
production. They had to scrap,
Scrap it.
rewrite the
Yes.
entire film. You feel what
Yes.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then have everybody grieve the loss of their friend and fellow movie mates at
Mm-hmm.
the same time. If you can appreciate that, then
Mm-hmm.
just say you want to watch, whatever you want to watch, but don't come through in this domain and demand
Right.
things of people is just asinine.
And to quote a great hip hop icon, Sean Corey Carter, if you can't respect that, your whole perspective is whack.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Simple as that. So I'm done on that thing. But one thing I wish there was a leak of what the actual script was supposed to be.
The script was supposed to be about essentially um T'Challa
Mm-hmm.
dealing with the ramifications of the snap and just like the power vacuum and him being gone for that amount of time. I'm pretty sure the queen was gonna die, and probably in both versions, because
Yeah.
the movie was still gonna be sad. It's gonna be
Yeah.
mournful the entire time. So it was gonna be dealing a lot with that. But the
And
tone of the movie was gonna be
yeah.
exactly the same.
And then there was actual rumors too, from what I heard, that we were going to get introduced to Doctor Doom,
Heard about that
possibly,
too. This was
possibly,
supposed to be another post credit
yeah, another
for
post
Doctor
credit. So
Doom. But yeah, I'm glad they
whatever.
didn't do it because that would overshadow
Yeah,
the
definitely a great movie. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, man.
So I think we pretty much done talking about Black Panther. We talked, like I said, we gave a straight up spoiler review, a long
Mm-hmm.
spoiler review. I think it's our longest video we've
It's an
done to
hour
date,
and 4 minutes,
hours
yeah.
4 minutes, and then we've done questions that we have, and we just now wrapping up some things that we didn't like, but also talking about the controversy of it or whatever. Overall, still a great movie, and I just, like I said, don't want people to compare this movie to the original movie. So we're pretty much, I think, done talking about Black Panther, but
Yeah.
we're always going to be Wakanda forever up in this
Oh
piece
yeah,
for
yeah.
real.
Zoop, zoop, zoop,
Zoop,
zoop,
zoop, zoop,
zoop,
zoop,
zoop,
zoop,
zoop,
zoop,
zoop,
zoop,
zoop, zoop.
zoop.
So next time we get on this, we're gonna talk about phase four. Just gonna do some ranking because y'all like because the internet love a list. And we're gonna just talk about phase four, what worked, what didn't work, just the overall where we are. And
I know one
and
thing that didn't work. Eternals. Oh, excuse me. Woo. Sorry about that. Woo.
All right. Oh yeah, we gonna that was aggressive. Yeah, we're gonna discuss that though.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, man, follow us on all the stuff until the next
Next
time.
time.
And yeah, so we got in the Andor. I'm not even sure how we're gonna record that. To be honest, yo.
That's Thanksgiving. That's
I'm
the
gonna
day
be
before thing.
I don't
Oh,
know.
snap.
I don't know if I'm be. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out. But yeah,
Because I actually doing some stuff that evening, so we might
yeah,
we'll talk
we'll
about it.
talk. We'll talk
We'll talk.
offline. But yeah, man. To the next time, y'all.
All right, y'all. Peace out, man. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah, yo, yeah, yeah. Support your, like, hug on your people, yo.
Yeah.